Hey guys, all right, what we're going to do today is we're going to try out more examples of long division. So if you can try out the examples on pages 5 and 7 of the packet, that would be awesome. So I'm actually going to have you hit pause on this video, try them out, and then you can look on the answer key on Google Classroom to check your work, and anything that you had questions with, you could fast forward onto this video and hit play and see how you did. Okay, now number 7, the directions may seem confusing, but it says given f of x and g of x, express f of x divided by g of x. So they're telling us to divide these. And they're saying when we do, they want us to express our answer in the form q of x plus r of x over g of x. Now think about what q of x means, right? Isn't that when you're dealing with division, what would start with a q? Quotient, right? So that's the quotient, the answer we get when we divide. And what we're going to add to that is r of x over g of x. So think about what starts with an r when you're dividing. The remainder, right? We're going to have a remainder, and we're going to put that remainder over this expression here, g of x, that we're dividing by. So basically, they're just telling you, do long division, and you're going to have a remainder. Okay, now if you notice the expression they give us, look at this expression, right? They give us an x to the third term, then an x squared, and we're missing that x to the first term before they give us our number. So I put a placeholder here, plus 0x. All right, so let's start this long division process. So we want to look at our first term outside the division bar and say, what do I multiply that by to give me this first term under the division bar? So 2x times what will give me 4x cubed? Well, 2x squared. So we put that on top here. And then we're going to distribute. So 2x squared times 2x is 4x cubed. And 2x squared times 1 is 2x squared. Okay, now we want to change our signs to show that we're subtracting. Okay, so I'm going to change this to a minus sign and circle it, and change this to a minus sign and circle it. So what you'll notice is your first two terms cancel, which it should happen. And then 10x squared minus 2x squared would be 8x squared. And we're going to bring down the plus 0x. And then we start the process again. We look at this first term outside the division bar and this first term that we brought down underneath the division bar and say, what do we multiply 2x by to give us 8x squared? Well, 4x. So I'm going to put a plus 4x up here, and then let's distribute, right? We have to multiply. So 4x times 2x is 8x squared, and then 4x times 1 is 4x. All right, let's change our signs to show we're subtracting. So these both become minus signs. And again, your first two terms should cancel off, which they do. Okay, so 0x minus 4x is negative 4x. And then we're going to bring down this last term right here. Once you bring down the last one, that's the last time you're going to have to repeat the same process. All right, so then say to yourself again, what do I multiply 2x by to give me negative 4x? Negative 2. So I put that on top. And then distribute. Negative 2 times 2x is negative 4x. And then negative 2 times 1 is negative 2. And we're going to change our signs to show that we are subtracting. So these first two cancel off, and negative 4 plus 2 is negative 2. Now, since we have nothing left to bring down, this is our remainder. Now, technically, I know it says up here plus r of x over g of x, so I guess you could write plus, and then our remainder is negative 2. We're going to put that over g of x, which is 2x plus 1, right? It's this that we're dividing by. But this is the thing, right? We don't ever like to have two signs in a row like this. So instead of having a plus negative, what we do is, let me see if I could just erase this real quick. Gonna erase this plus sign and erase this minus sign. We take that minus sign and we put it right up here to separate our remainder from our quotient. Okay, so this right here is our answer. Okay, so I just want to point out that this part of the answer is our quotient, and then the remainder over g of x. Okay, we're going to do the same exact thing for number 8. Okay, so if you notice with this one, again, they went from an x squared term down to the number. So we had to put plus 0x as our placeholder. All right, so this time we have 3 terms on the outside, which is not a big deal. I mean, you still follow the same process. Okay, so you look at the first term outside the division bar and the first term underneath the division bar and say, well, what do I multiply 4x squared by? So you give me negative 8x to the 4th. So negative 2x squared. So that's what we put up here. And now we're going to distribute. So negative 2x squared times 4x squared is negative 8x to the 4th. Negative 2x squared times negative 5x would be positive 10x cubed. And then negative 2x squared times negative 2 is negative 4x squared. Okay, so now when we change our signs, this becomes a plus, this becomes a minus, and this becomes a plus. All right, so our first 2 terms cancel off. And don't be tricked. These don't cancel off, right? We have a negative 10 minus 10. Negative 10 minus 10 is negative 20. So that's going to give us negative 20 x cubed. And then 17x squared plus 4x squared is 21x squared. Okay, and then we bring down the next term. Since we have 3 terms outside the division bar, we want to have 3 terms down here when we start the division process. All right, so now we say, what do we multiply this first term outside the division bar by to give us this first term underneath the division bar? So 4x squared times what gives us negative 20x cubed? So negative 5x. So we're going to put that right up here. And then we distribute. Negative 5x times 4x squared is negative 20x cubed. Negative 5x times negative 5x is positive 25x squared. And negative 5x times 2 is negative 10x. All right, so let's change this to addition, this to subtraction, and this to addition. And don't forget to circle them because it's, there's a lot going on. You want to make sure you're using the right signs there. All right, so these first 2 cancel. And then 21x squared minus 25x squared is negative 4x squared. 0x plus 10x is positive 10x. And we're going to bring down this last term of the minus 4. Okay, so then start it again. What do we multiply 4x squared by to give us negative 4x squared? Well, just a negative 1. And when we distribute, negative 1 times 4x squared is negative 4x squared. Negative 1 times negative 5x is positive 5x. And negative 1 times 2 is negative 2. And then let's change our signs, change our signs, change our signs. So the first 2 terms cancel off. 10x minus 5x is 5x. And then negative 4 plus 2 is negative 2. So since there's nothing left to bring down, this whole thing right here is our remainder. So here's our quotient, and then they want plus the remainder over what we were dividing by. So we're going to have plus, the remainder was 5x minus 2, and we're going to put that over this right here, what we were dividing by. So 4x squared minus 5x plus 2. All right, so there we have it. All right, number 9. Okay, so this one's kind of like a challenge one, a bonus one. This one's a little harder because if you notice, the exponent on the outside is actually smaller than the exponent on the inside. So if you think about what we need to multiply x cubed by to give us negative 3x squared, it's actually going to bring negative exponents into it because we need to multiply that by negative 3x to the negative first. And think about why. When you're multiplying, right, x times x, don't we add the exponents? So wouldn't 3 plus negative 1 Or negative 1 plus 3 give us positive 2. So we actually need a negative exponent here in order for this to work. Okay, so now let's distribute. So negative 3 x to the negative first times x cubed. Well, negative 3 times 1, that's in front of here, will give us negative 3. And as we said before, when you're multiplying two terms with the same base, you add those exponents. So since negative 1 plus 3 is positive 2, when we multiply x to the negative first times x cubed, it gives us x squared. Okay, and then let's do the same thing with these two terms. So if I multiply negative 3x to the negative first by 2x squared, well, negative 3 times positive 2 is negative 6. And then x to the negative first times x squared, well, if you add those exponents, isn't negative 1 plus 2 positive 1? So that'll give us x to the positive first, which is just x. Okay, so let's change our signs and see what we're left with. So the first two terms cancel, and then negative 5x plus 6x would be positive 1x, and we're going to bring down this positive 2. Okay, so let's look at this. What do we multiply x cubed by to give us x? I'm going to put a little 1 there, x to the first. Well, again, we're going to need a negative exponent. So if you look, isn't this exponent 2 less than this? So it tells us we're going to be multiplying by positive x to the negative 2. Okay, so when we distribute x to the negative 2 times x to the third, well, if you add these exponents, negative 2 plus 3 is 1, so it gives us x to the first, which is what that says there. And then x to the negative 2 times 2x to the positive 2. Well, let's think about it. The 1 that's in front of here, 1 times 2 is 2. So I'm going to put plus 2. Oops, sorry. And then x to the negative 2 times x to the positive 2. Well, if you add these exponents, isn't positive 2 plus negative 2 just 0? So at least it's with x to the 0. So we have no x's to put here. So now when we change our signs, actually both terms cancel off, so we have no remainder. So if you look here, that matches up with choice 4. Okay, so now if you can turn to page 12 and check these answers, it wants us to determine whether 2x plus 9 is a factor of that expression, and they want us to explain. Okay, well, we're going to use long division because think about it. If 2x plus 9 is a factor of this expression, doesn't it mean it divides evenly into it? All right, so let's do it. Let's do long division here. All right, so we're going to look at the 2x and say, what do I multiply 2x by to give me 2x cubed? Well, x squared. So we'll put an x squared here, and let's distribute. X squared times 2x is 2x cubed, and x squared times 9 is 9x squared. All right, we'll change our signs to show we are subtracting. Okay, so the first two terms cancel off, and then 13x squared, this does say minus in here, it's kind of hard to see, but 13x squared minus 9x squared is 4x squared. And then we'll bring down this next term. Okay, so then start the process again. What do I multiply 2x by to give me 4x squared? Well, 2x. So we're going to put that right on top here. Okay, then when we distribute, 2x times 2x is 4x squared. And 2x times 9 is 18x. All right, then we'll change our signs to show that we're subtracting. So our first two terms cancel off, and 20x minus 18x is 2x. And we'll bring down this plus 9. All right, so last time we say, what do we multiply 2x by to give us 2x? Well, just positive 1. So when we distribute the positive 1, 1 times 2x is 2x. And then 1 times 9 is 9. And then when we change our signs, these both become negatives, and it causes both terms to cancel off, meaning we have no remainder. So you could say one of two things. You could say 2x plus 9 is a factor of the expression because it divides evenly into it, or you could say 2x plus 9 is a factor of the expression because there is no remainder. Okay, so number 13, this is the last one today, and this is pretty much the same exact thought process as number 12. If 2x plus 3 is a factor of this expression, it will divide evenly into it. And notice we had to put a plus 0x here, okay, because we had no x to the first term. Okay, so let's do it. So what do we multiply 2x by to give us 6x cubed? So 3x squared. So when we distribute the 3x squared times 2x is 6x cubed. And 3x squared times 3 is 9x squared. All right, so let's change our signs to show that we're subtracting. So the first two terms cancel off, and then 17x squared minus 9x squared would be 8x squared. And we can bring down the next term. All right, so what do we multiply 2x by to give us 8x squared? 4x. So we're going to put that up here. So 4x times 2x is 8x squared. And 4x times 3 is 12x. And then we will change our signs to show that we are subtracting. Okay, so the first two terms cancel off, and 0x minus 12x would be negative 12x. And we're going to bring down the minus 17. All right, so let's do it one more time. What do we multiply 2x by to give us negative 12x? Well, negative 6. So we put that up here and distribute. Negative 6 times 2x is negative 12x. And negative 6 times 3 is negative 18. And then we're going to change our signs and circle them. So the first two terms cancel off, but negative 17 plus 18 is positive 1. So that is our remainder. So we write plus 1 over what we were dividing by here, 2x plus 3. So in this case, we have a remainder. So what that means is 2x plus 3 is not a factor of this expression. So you have to write out, I wrote out 2x plus 3 is not a factor of, and I wrote the given expression because it does not divide evenly into the expression. You could have also said 2x plus 3 is not a factor because there is a remainder. So either one works.